Get your notification.
You want to look right now?
Come. Come.
And then I'm saying,
All right. Well, I think it's going. So
yeah,
we can start.
yeah, you
Come. All right. Before we begin, we want to give all the praise, glory, and honor due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Arakakadash, double honor to the elder apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth. The title of this live stream, the scripture, 2 Peter 3 and verse 10, which I'm sure all brothers are familiar with. The Lord, he's going to come like a thief in the night. And basically, it's going to be the day of destruction. All right. And everything that you know, everything that you see, everything that consists in this world that keeps Esau's kingdom thriving is all going to be dissolved, destroyed. All right. Totally obliterated. By what? By that nuclear fire, man. And the fire that the Lord is going to come with. Okay. Basically, the title of the lesson is the works that are therein shall be burnt up. All right. And when you go into the word, matter of fact, somebody can go into the blue letter and you look up the word works. It's pretty much dealing with all things that you see exist in society that keeps this place thriving. All right, all the different businesses, the occupations, all right, the practices that's being done on a daily basis here, and mainly Jake is totally involved with society, and they're part of the flourishing of Babylon. They keep Esau's empire rolling. All right, through your labor, through your works, through your entertainment. All right.
Can I say this? Through your affinity to perform wickedness keeps his enterprise going as well.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that you are quickly to hop into these holidays, to hop into all this madness that this so-called white man perpetuates out there, you just jump right into it. And like, you know, holidays is a big one. This man, you're keeping this man in business by participating in holidays.
Yep.
That's just one example of the avenues of wickedness, you know, different music, movie industries, so on and so forth. Pork industry, there should be no money coming out of Jake as far as pork or shellfish or abominable meats, you know, but you keep his enterprise going and perpetuating wickedness throughout our people.
Yep. So that's why the Lord got to come back and not only put a foot up Esau's ass, but he got to destroy you 2/3 as well.
Right. So like
okay.
The thing's not moving now.
Which one?
Microphone.
It was good on there?
Yeah.
Oh, you heard it on there? Okay, cut.
I got the definition of.
Well, read the scripture.
I got it.
Read the scripture and then
just
look up
that.
that
I'll
word.
start with that verse.
Start with that verse, and then we're gonna read. We're gonna jump up.
Come.
Yep.
2 Peter chapter 3, verse 10. But you can hear it. Yeah, come. But the day of the Lord, Yahweh, the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
It said, well, what?
It says,
when
it says, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise.
With a great noise. What's going to cause a great noise? That's going to bring this total destruction to this place.
Yeah.
Those detonations, man.
Right.
All right. The noise and pestilence that you read about in that Psalms, the 91st chapter.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. During that moment is when we're going to see the fall of the wicked, the reward of the wicked.
That's right.
And all the wicked works of the wicked is going to come to a total halt. It's going to cease that very moment. All these wicked, abominable acts and different works, it's gonna stop. Okay, the whole world is gonna stop at this moment. That's the judgment.
Right.
Everything is gonna have to stop to the judgment of the Lord, man. All right. Go ahead. Huh?
It says, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up.
And we're gonna get into those different works. All right. All the different works that you see on a daily basis, man. All right. Whether they be laborious works, whether they be abominable works, which this place thrives off of abominable practices, man.
Right.
It thrives off of witchcraft, all manner of evil. So that's why the Lord gonna have to disintegrate this place.
It's defiled, man. And the
Totally.
people in it is defiled as well. All that's got to get burnt up.
All of it.
If it were not for the elect and Him washing them clean with the word, we'd have to be burned up too. But even still, our defiled bodies can't go up, man. Can't make it.
Right.
If it wasn't for faith, you know.
Yeah.
So that was into that, the main, you know.
Yeah.
Script,
Now,
you want the definition, right?
Yeah. For works.
You got something?
It's Strong's G 2041 ergon. Definition is, you want the
How do you spell that word?
ERGON.
Ergon. Okay.
Ergon.
I thought you was like Aragon, like the movie, but anyway. Go ahead.
From a primary, let me see, business, employment that which anyone is occupied, any product, whatever, anything accomplished by hand, art, industry.
So basically, all these corporations, these big businesses that Esau owns, that he gets, that keeps him, wealthy, that keeps all these top, elite families and the super rich. Okay.
Keeps them in their position of power.
And keeps them in their authoritative position of power.
Yeah.
All that is Esau's going to lose all of that on the day of the Lord, man.
Because if they didn't have that, they would be nothing.
Yeah.
Mainly the sword, but that's going to be destroyed also.
Yeah. All the different industries, that he invested in and set up and got all Jakes to labor, for his companies to prosper. All that is going to get destroyed, man. That's why when you when you read James and it talks about how we got to say, Lord, will we do this and do that? It tells you, because the mindset of a proud person is they think that they're gonna go out. They think they know their own future, their own destiny. So 6 months from now, I plan to have this done and that done. I'm gonna set up this business, and I'm gonna, basically you got it all planned, figured out.
Yeah,
and you're gonna benefit from it, and you already know what's gonna go down.
And Esau, I was going to say real quick, in Esau's system here in the Western world, particularly, you have to have a business plan. You got to say, oh, if I put this much work in, if I bring this much to the table, you invest in me, I can do this, and I'll make this much money towards it, And then you got to prove the market that they have for it. Well, Esau is putting out markets of wickedness, and they're fruitful markets. To push out wickedness, man. Our people, the people of the earth, but our people also, 2/3 of them, love wickedness, man. But the earth in general and the heathen, they love wickedness just as well.
Yep. Is there more on there?
Anything accomplished by hand, art, industry, or mind, an act, deed, thing done, the idea of working is emphasized in opt, to which is less than work. Let's see other definitions.
So it's a business, employment, that which anyone is occupied.
Yeah, business, employment, that which anyone is occupied. Yeah, that was the main. That's the first definition of it.
And that's what keeps the economy flourishing, man. So when the Lord comes back, that's gonna get wiped out. So Esau doesn't have an economy. Okay, and you niggas that work to keep him rich just so you can get a few crumbs from off of his table. Hey, that ain't gonna work for you. All that's gonna come to an end. We talking about the end of an age here.
Right.
When the Lord comes back, all this shit is gonna cease, man. It's not going to exist anymore after this. The Lord's putting a halt to everything. Anything you can imagine, man. Okay? The entertainment industry. Okay? These different corporations, man. Everything. It's going to come to it's going to come to naught, man. And that's how this world is going to pass away. Because going to Second Ezra, was that the 6th chapter, man? It talks about how his world is going to vanish away. And we at the time where Esau's beginning, his world is beginning to vanish. That's why the elites are coming out and talking about how the New World Order is at risk. They talking about the economy is not doing too well. You know,
there's industries such as like McDonald's, such as like Doritos having pork in there, that whatever that ingredient is, they're not really putting that in stuff because people are waking up to that. Things that Esau, like in certain toothpastes, like different areas where he will slip in wickedness and people are learning about it. They're not really flourishing in those industries no more. People understand that there's McDonald's, you know, ain't doing what it used to do. It ain't billions served daily no more like it used to. The number has gone down. People are catching on to how bad that industry is.
People are trying to be more health conscious these days.
Right.
But Esau at the same time is trying to slither his way into that industry where, you know, well, everything organic and everything is, you know, healthy. Like Taco Bell got a healthy menu and McDonald's got salads now.
Yeah.
Esau's trying to, but it's not going to work.
Like you're saying, it's just being exposed.
Yeah.
Like with when you talk about the fast food, you got different documentaries, whether it be on Netflix or on YouTube, or basically the fake food that they put into these restaurants that's going inside people's bodies.
People can feel that there's something wrong with it, and so they're learning from it. And then YouTube, you know, different internet is exposing it, and now they're seeing, okay, don't eat this because this is bad, and you know,
like
so they stay away from it.
Like the Tyson chicken farms and all that.
Yeah,
they got documentaries on Esau injecting all them different steroids inside those animals.
Bro, I heard my own sloppy. I just want to add to what you're saying, talking about Tyson chicken. I don't know if it was Tyson or not, but boneless chicken, like the boneless chicken, I guess it's the fried one though, writing on it. They're saying like that's not even chicken. They're saying that's like rat meat.
They busted a factory that had like so many tons of rat meat that was they had processed it and made it boneless chicken.
If you don't have a bone, we have a familiar bone.
Right.
You probably shouldn't be.
If it's not from chicken breast, we all know it's white. It's white meat. But
it look like dark meat.
Why is it gray and slimy and shit?
Yeah.
That's not chicken.
When they cover it up, the texture up with the breading, and then usually what they do, they throw sauce on top of that for flavor. We see how. I stopped eating that shit with
all these industries that Esau has, these food industries, these
pharmaceutical
factories, it's going to be annihilated, destroyed.
The Lord got to get rid of. He got to wipe everything. Monsanto got to get wiped out. You know, all this shit. Yeah. Oh, and that Jake, he got that settlement. Yeah, that man. Yep.
Well, this is just on my notification. I'm just read this. Jury awards $289 million in damages to a man who said he got terminal cancer from Monsanto's popular weed killer Roundup.
I think it was like 289 million. 289 million.
Man. What is that? Well, I just said his family, but he terminal cancer. He don't get that in half of that.
Yeah.
You know.
But hey, you see why the Lord, all these different things got to be dissolved. They got to be destroyed. It's leading to the deaths of many people on the earth. It's destroyed the world. So that's why when Yahushua comes back, he got to destroy them that destroyed the earth.
Right.
That's why all the works therein shall be burnt up.
Which is who the so-called white man, Esau. He's destroying the earth,
man. Because it's on every level. You know, whether it be air, water, you know, land, food, he messes with the animals,
the people, the minds of the people.
Yeah. Like he'll take like if you go into the sea and the little animals that can basically camouflage, like the octopus, the different squid, and cuttlefish, and all those things, he'll take those genes out and put it in a chicken or something. And put in an animal that don't go in water. And now he got you eating it.
And he try to weaponize it.
Gun.
Yeah.
Because he gets all the weaponized techniques and ideas from animals.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. So was there? That was it on the definition, right? All right, yeah, y'all can get y'all freeze.
Revelation chapter 18, verse 17.
Yep.
For 1 hour, so great riches has come to naught.
Yeah, hey, that's beautiful you brought that out because he's prospering on this wickedness. Matter of fact, bro, you jump up to like, I think it's like the 5th verse about the delicacies and all of that.
But I should live with pleasure.
Yeah. Because part of the, you know what I'm talking about? Like, well, maybe it's 3. So like, kind of.
Yeah. Okay. Revelation 18:3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
What does that mean? And then you go to Psalms, I think the 83rd chapter, when they realized that they all consented together to perpetuate wickedness over the whole earth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it'll destroy the Israelites, keeping them out of power. And then they just got to juggle power between themselves and the other nations, the other heathens.
Mm-hmm.
But they are fully set in agreement that if they push out wickedness, that they all have a chance to be in rulership and keep us down. Well, the Lord is like, nah, man, I need to take the wickedness off the planet. That's one thing that they're all in consent with. That's why they will invest in each other's business practices. Okay? And then we have to be the consumers of that. We can't, we don't make any products being Israelites. We're on the bottom. We're the slaves of the situation. We just have to work the system. Well, all these other nations is getting rich, and the Lord is tired of it. You got it, all right?
And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are
because in
rich.
their own countries, they don't push the same wickedness that they come over here and push. Ain't no they ain't pushing TVs and smartphones like that in the places that make this stuff.
They'll package that stuff like they do the fish in China and ship it over here to America.
Yeah, like recently it was just it was a cargo of fake Jordans.
Yeah,
they said it was worth like 700 or something million, and they sell it for nothing.
That's Esau though. Esau tried to say that was a terrorist or a threat or something like that. Man, them groups is trying to make some money off of Jordan. They ain't worried. But like you said, that's what you said. They getting rich off the delicacy. No, not delicacy.
We did with the fornication. Fornication, commit fornication over here, perpetuating against our people because they know our people will buy J's, man. You know, so they do that. Every nation has their thing that they make money with America, selling wickedness towards our people. You got it, bro.
And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
Through the abundance of the delicacies. And the Lord is tired of it, man. Because the more that we are on these smartphones, because since the smartphone, what has happened to these kids? Kids is watching porn at a young age. Kids is killing each other from social media, disconnected from the family. I mean, just a lot of wickedness has gone out. If it wasn't for the truth coming through this same device, this thing would be probably the worst thing on the planet. Having this type of information at your fingertips. Well, the Lord has to clear all this whole thing out, man.
The Esau's technology that the world is getting accustomed to, right? And it's basically affecting how people conduct themselves and operate. People are socially being programmed to behave a certain way because this technology that this devil then created is working on people's minds, man.
I'm gonna say
people are not they don't. People want to rather be more technical than natural these days, man. You know, you can't even communicate with average people anymore.
Right.
Everything is all network based through technology now.
I was just gonna say.
So people are socially awkward with each other out in public.
It's rare that people are more antisocial. People are. It's rare that you call someone on the phone unless it's a close relative or brother.
Yeah.
You don't remember phone numbers.
You text someone, that's it.
Yeah.
It's funny, you alluded to it beautifully. I was going to interrupt you, Salaki, but I want to say, I like the phrase that I like to use. What did we ever do before this technology, before the television, before the cell phone? The house phone is one thing, but the cell phone, what did society ever do? These are now devices that we can't live without. People don't know how to live without their cell phone. You let Jake lose his phone, he'll lose his mind. You know, Jake can't go
Bro,
without.
we got it bad, man. We got it bad. I'll admit, man.
I mean, I'm no different. You know.
Sometimes you catch yourself, man. You go into the bathroom just to take a piss. But your phone is with you. You got your phone in one hand while you holding your rod in the other hand, taking a piss and shit, man. It's messed up, man. That's why the Lord got to do a reset, man. Yeah. He has to do a reset on this place, a hard reset, man. So
factory reset.
A factory reset, man. Total reboot, because everything is out of whack, man. Right. Esau totally destroyed everything, literally, man. So that prophecy. That's what we're waiting on. We're coming into that time, man, where Esau is slowly but surely going down. And when Yahweh Shai comes back, he's going to put the finishing touches on it, which is going to cause that ultimate reset, bringing total devastation, destruction by fire, man. Yeah. Which is what? The second death. Right. That's what the second death entails, man.
Right. All right. The Lord's going to break this place down spiritually, physically, and then ultimately he's going to bring that thermonuclear fire and wipe it out. Yeah, it's slowly going to go. It's going to happen, you know,
because the works that keeps this place flourishing, it has to stop, man. Right. All these wicked ideas that's coming to these scientists and these different engineers, and they come up with all this technology and it creates diseases and the CDC, all that shit, man. It was just further perpetuating the deterioration of the earth, man. That's why it tells you. Was that Isaiah that the earth is languishing and fading away? It's because of the inventions of men.
What is that one?
You know, the wicked inventions of men.
It's one that goes like the evils are multiplied this time. Huh? Where's that at? Well, the evils, is that in the Apocrypha?
Yeah, wickedness shall increase.
Yeah. So later. No, but I'm talking about it's one in the
Second Ezra's 5, I think.
Something like that.
But also, somebody gets second Ezra's 15 because it talks about the works, or basically the hurtful works are fulfilled.
Can I finish up my scripture?
Yeah.
Revelation 18 and 17. For 1 hour, so great riches has come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company and ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea stood afar off and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city, which is America, Babylon?
Yep.
And they cast dust on their heads and cried. America is the head or at the forefront of perpetuating all the wickedness in the earth. A lot of these other nations, they don't do the same BS that they do over here in America as far as business. They don't do it in their own lanes. It's not accepted. But over here it's accepted, so they'll make their money off of it. That's why all these immigrants will come over here and get rich over here.
They get rich fast too, bro.
Yeah.
Weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, the great city wherein we're made rich, all that had ships in sea by reason of her costliness, for 1 hour is made desolate, and she made desolate.
Yeah, that's talking about that the same day that Peter was talking about, man. Mm-hmm. The Lord come in as a thief in the night. It's talking about the day of the Lord. All right, America is going to immediately just cease to exist when the Lord judge it, man. And all the works, okay, all the pride, all that shit is going to cease, man. Okay, all your arrogance. Okay, you ain't gonna have no. You're gonna be looking forward to the club when you see the chariots come to the sky. You think after the chariots then invaded the skies, that somehow, some way in the back of your mind, well, I hope this passes up so I can get to the club.
Get to the club, go
on Thursday.
All your plans are going to be put on a halt The whole earth.
That's gonna be eliminated.
Yeah.
You ain't got no plans. You ain't got nothing, man. It's basically the end of the world right here. Okay, Yahweh Shai coming to put a stop to all that shit, man.
That's why the script says the pleasure of a moment is ceased, basically from once destruction all hell hits. Paraphrasing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so the window should be darkened. I mean, ain't gonna be no positive outlook once all of that starts to happen. Yeah, bro.
Verse 20, rejoice over her, thou heavens, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High hath avenged you on her.
Right.
Yep. So that's how you can decipher who the real prophets and apostles are, man. Because the real ones, they hate this society.
They want to see.
And they're gonna rejoice when this place is being brought down. All right. Christianity ain't gonna rejoice because they love Esau's world. Christianity is a part of the world. All right, and some Israelite groups, that sold out. You're a part of this world. You love this world.
And this world is gonna pass away. It tells you the fashion of this world passes away.
That's right.
Don't get wrapped up and caught up in this world. No, when you look up fashion, it's not just a certain clothing style.
Right.
No, it's talking about the way and manner of life that the people, that society adheres to. Like in the going back to the Greek Empire, their customs was working out in the gym, butt naked, wearing hats, speaking the Greek language. All right, not wearing a beard, being homosexuals, or which all that shit goes on even in this society, man. Those are the different works that kept the Greek Empire thriving, so to speak. That was their way of life. That was the culture of the Greeks.
But if I can say this also, by Antiochus or Antiochus, however you pronounce it, by him getting rid of the Bibles in that time, so there wasn't a standard to go against this society. Not everybody has to be inclusive to what he had going on. That helped thrive his whole thing. So he could, because what was it gonna do? If the Bible was righteousness, you have to get rid of that so you can push your wickedness. Well, that's what's going on in today's time. That's why they know that wasn't gonna last forever, so they even corrupted the church in this time. So now us coming back, bringing out the truth is gonna be the opposite, anti. What's the word I want? But basically against the ways of this world, and it has to be that way because the Heavenly Father is against the ways of this world.
I like that definition of fashion. I think you basically said a manner of doing something. The work is done in a rather casual fashion. That's just the same.
Hey, but that's the fashion is also the works that are done in this society. The fashion, which is the manner of this place. To be an American, man, is to be a proud demon, man. To be materialistic, are always consuming. Okay, decadence, overindulging, immorality. That's the manner of being an American. Being gluttonous, overdoing shit, politically correct.
And something as simple as shaving is an accepted practice in this society. That's part of the fashion. That has to be done away with. You can't get a good job. Well, if you on day one of the interview, you better, you better tighten it up. According to Esau, they say to let the best a man can get. If you don't shave and prove your allegiance to the society, this man is really reluctant to hire you.
And that's why it tells you, going back to 2 Peter, what manner of man ought you to be in holy conversation, meaning your holy conduct, man. Your manners is supposed to be as it concerning the gospel of Yahweh Shai, man. We're supposed to walk contrary to this wicked world. We're supposed to stick out, man. That's what you think that when the angels are gonna know who sticks out when they come back to separate the sheep from the goats, man. Okay, there's gonna be a clear distinction, man. There ain't gonna be no confusion. The Lord's He's gonna have the angels silver out. They're gonna know what men got the mark in their foreheads and who don't. The men with the mark on their foreheads, they were totally adverse to this place. These men stood out, man. They were against this wicked cesspool. They called it out. They wasn't afraid to. All right, they were vexed. You know, their souls were vexed. Matter of fact, go to 2 Peter, the second chapter.
Can I keep reading?
Yeah, 2 Peter, the second chapter. Just like Lot, man.
I got you. I'll start up at verse 5. 2 Peter 2 and 5. It says, "And spare not the old world, but save Noah, the 8th person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly."
And what were they doing back then?
A lot of the
similar shit. Not as bad as now,
right?
But they were doing wickedness too.
Yeah.
All right, they were giving in marriage. You had the sons of God, which were Israel before they were known as Israel, intermingling with the heathen women. All right, worshiping idols, doing the same shit. All right, the same things that the law tell you not to do. They were doing that back then, way before Moses brought the law from the Most High down from Mount Sinai. The law was in effect since the beginning of the creation. Okay, so they were doing wicked works even back then. The sons of the wicked, they were being wicked. All right, they were murderers. The first murderer, Cain, and he had his descendants. Of course, he passed that wicked, murderous spirit on his seed. You know, you had the sons of men and you had the sons of God, and everybody was being wicked. The Lord, it got to the point where the Lord was like, "Man, why did I even create these motherfuckers?" You know what? I think I need to do something right. I need to hit that reset.
Yep.
You know,
hit the first death. The hard reset back then.
So the works therein back then wasn't burnt up; it was flushed. It was just flushed. The works of this current world, that's gonna get burnt up.
Can I say it this way, bro?
Yep.
When you flush it or you wash it out, there's still residual that's still allowed to spread out. Well, now that ain't gonna happen because when you burn it up, it burns up all of it. It burns it all out. It incinerates every trace of it. You know, there's nothing left behind that's settled to the bottom and didn't flow down. It's all gonna be burnt up.
And when you think about it, when you washing dishes, and there's certain dishes that got residue from certain foods that's hard to you can't just use water to get it out the pot or that plate or whatever or that bowl. Yeah. So you're gonna have to put heat to it to take it to loosen it and get rid of it and make it clean. So
whether it's hot water or whatever,
yeah.
Do that.
So the Lord is gonna have to use something more stronger. Got fire, man.
Let me keep reading.
He's gonna get to it.
Go ahead. And then back in the 3rd chapter also, it says verse 6 in the 2nd chapter of 2 Peter, it says, "And turn the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemn them with an overthrow." Because of the wicked works that were done there. Lesbianism, homosexuality, bestiality, and these things are all legalized here in Babylon. And wherever Esau is at, Europe, certain parts of Europe, they do the LGBT thing out there. I don't know if they do the bestiality thing there. I'm not sure on that. In the United Kingdom.
Right, of course.
That's a practice that has long been accepted over there.
Well, I mean, everything is interconnected because the whore and the beast are together. That's
right.
That conglomerate of them, being merged together as a superpower. That's Esau's ultimate power seat, man.
Right.
It works as Esau's powerhouse, man. Go ahead, up.
It says, "And turn the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemn them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly."
Those that basically will continue to do the same things that those wicked satanic sodomites were doing. Them Hamites.
And because look what he did. He washed it or flushed it with the flood, right? Then he used an example of the small 5 cities of on a smaller scale, the 5 cities of Sodom and Gomorrah and surrounding cities. Well, that worked.
That worked because it never came. That civilization never came back.
Yep,
that land, it never returned.
Yep.
It's been the way the Lord left it after He judged it is the same way you can find it to this day.
Right.
So it just guarantee that no manner of no acts, no works, no abominable works could ever be done in that land.
Yep.
You know, because he got rid of it.
Yep,
well, that was like, since that works.
Yeah. Let's do it on a large scale.
Yeah.
You know, to the Americans in certain parts of the world now.
You
know, it's a proven method to work. You burn it up with fire, it ain't gonna come back.
Yep.
You know? But it has to be destroyed on every level, not just of the people in the land mass itself, but the whole ideology of all of that has to be destroyed along with it. And that's part of what we're doing, breaking these strongholds now.
Right.
Okay. I'm gonna keep reading. It says, and delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked.
And the filthy conversation. All right, the practices, you know, men walking around with their arms locked together and shit, slobbing each other down in public with no shame. Okay, men, you know, just
pedophilia.
Well,
I don't know back then.
Back then, you know, it was basically known for their homosexuality, man. All right, men getting with men and women getting with women.
No.
All right, so that agitated Lot's spirit because he came from Abraham. All right, the man who the Lord was dealing with, who He made His covenant with, who was a righteous man. He came up in that house and in that family, so he was separated from all that. So imagine we represent Lot because you know we represent Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, we stand for what? Our heritage, which is the giving of the law that the Most High handed to us, that would separate us as a people, that would make us holy.
Yep.
And there's nothing but righteousness that comes from the law. Okay? So us separating ourselves and joining to seek the Lord and serve Him, everything else outside of that is contrary, it's adverse.
Filthy.
It's filthy, man. It's profane, unholy. So anything that's unholy or profane, we want to stay away from. We want to condemn it. We hate it. We detest it. It's abominable. So that's how Lot felt. So we feel the same way. Our spirits are agitated when we constantly have to witness the wicked works that's being done in the midst, the abominations that be done in the midst.
Right.
Our proud ass women walking around, the fucking bull dyke studs, walking around with a fine ass looking chick. She's turned out. Box going to waste.
2 box.
You know? And the other one, the stud, she probably even have a potential.
Yeah.
But she just got so many demons on her. That's why when seeing shit like that, you just want to just cry out to the Lord. Man, dissolve this shit. Lord, Babaku Shaw. You know, bring
righteous man dwelling among them in seeing and hearing vex his righteous soul
seeing
from day to day.
Basically see it happen and there's nothing you could do about it. You know? You seeing it happen, you hearing about it, you getting reports about it, articles, you know, on you know, this celebrity then caught in a dress, you know, or Megan Fox dressed up her 2 sons as little girls and getting praised for it. You know? You gotta hear that fucking Ariana Grande track, God is a Woman. You know, just blasphemy and wickedness all around, man, in this society. You know, all you can do is shake your head. You know.
And you talk to regular Jake out there, and they really are fed up with the Bible because they're only accustomed to hearing it the way Esau teaches it. You know, but you try to explain it, and they don't want to hear the topic at all because they only think you're gonna come from that perspective.
Plantation Christianity.
Yep, from the plantation Christianity, based on the white man's interpretation of the Bible.
And that's why that Christianity is gonna get wiped out too, man.
That's part of it too. That's right.
That false prophet gonna be part of that lake of fire too.
That's right.
Christianity really did a number on the psyche of the average so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, man. Right. You're very passive. You tolerate anything, man.
Yeah.
Very docile.
That was a major weapon used against our people, man.
Yeah.
Make you not like half of the people, I don't want to say half, but you know, it's a huge number that's atheist and another large number that's agnostic. But if you really talk to Jake about it, majority of Jake falling under the agnostic. Or just the docile, yeah, I believe in Jesus, you know, but don't really mean it type thing, you know?
Yeah.
And it's the plantation version of it. It's not the truth.
And it's confusing everybody. That whole religion confusion is confusing niggas, man. I let you know that Babylon is that place. America is that place. Just last camp, we had a confused, emotional cat.
Yep.
He came up acting like he believed in the scriptures, acting like he knew the Bible. But then when we got into the Bible, who wrote that?
Right. Yep.
Christianity did that to him.
Yep. I appreciate it.
Huh.
Romans chapter 10, verse 2. For I bear the record that they have the zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge.
Not according to knowledge, man. They're ignorant. And it tells you that my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. That's why they're bugged the hell out, man. Christianity gives our people a pass to do whatever the hell they want, man. You can still smoke, you can still get tatted up, you can still eat abomination,
and then
still be a damn slut and hoe. You could do it all, man, and still call yourself a Christian and you'll be all right.
Yeah. When you go to church that Sunday, and just say you repent, not knowing that repenting is an action. Because they don't teach you what it is.
Yeah. Right. As long as you sow the seed of righteousness with that bread, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to say this about how plantation Christianity does it, man. They really have made you believe that the Lord was so strict in the Old Testament that when he just said to hell with it, since I can't get you to stop doing what I told you not to do, fuck it, you can just do it. It'll be all right. You get rewarded for doing the same wickedness now. It's okay now.
There's no punishment.
And no one has figured that out, that don't even make no sense. But that's the same docile spirit that Christianity has given to the people, man.
Verse 3, for they being ignorant of the Most High's righteousness and going about
ignorance is not an excuse.
And how is ignorance bliss, but knowledge is power? Them two without correlates to each other. But knowledge is power. The truth will make you free. That's a very powerful thing, to be free. You got it?
Have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua.
That's the problem. And what does it say? I gotta get it. So I think it's 2 Corinthians.
Well, I got a quick read real quick. Hosea 4, starting at 1, it says, hear the word of the Lord, you children of Israel. For the Lord have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of the Most High in the land. That's why they have a zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge. All right, they trapped up in all these different philosophies, these different religions that's leading them astray away from the truth of the Most High. And that's why we gotta, basically come back and put everything back in perspective, or bring the truth out. And our people have been so used to lies and deception that their natural reaction is to rebel. So that's why the Lord got a controversy. That's why he got to, basically it is boiled down to, you know what, whoever don't want, whoever is not gonna get it, it ain't for you. You're just gonna be destroyed, man. The Lord's only dealing with his elect.
Isn't it crazy how Jake will hear a lie and just fucking roll with it, but then they hear the truth, but now all of a sudden they want to question it.
Right.
Like Jake don't want to just readily roll with the truth, you know, but they'll roll with a lie, a bold-faced lie. You got more?
Yeah. It's verse 2. By swearing and lying and killing, these are all the things, the works, all right, that are being done in this society, man.
These are accepted practices.
Swearing, that's what they do. Lying, that goes on all day, every day in this media, or the mainstream news. They lie to you. Your government lied to you. Your school system is lying to you. All right, these false leaders are lying to you. Okay, social media. These people, they live on a goddamn lie.
What's it called when they change up their looks, bro? What's that shit called, bro?
Oh, when they putting on the makeup?
Yeah, but when they change up their looks. Huh?
Morph.
No. It's I don't know. It's the thing that not the filter, but it's the other thing that they do. I almost had it. So like
photo edit.
Yeah.
Photoshop.
Wow. Photoshop is a bold-faced lie. It's an accepted practice in today's society. Photoshop, for real.
Yep. All this gotta, that's deception. All this gotta be deceits, man. It all gotta go. All right. It says, and killing, and stealing, and committing adultery. All that goes on every day, all day.
Is bad. It's in the Black community and in the Hispanic community. It is an accepted practice. It's all right. You can do it.
Yeah.
You don't get caught by the other person.
And if you don't do it, they look at you like something wrong with you.
Yeah,
like you wouldn't mess with this girl. No. You would. We really get looked at like that. Righteousness. People are disgusted at righteousness, man.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. That's you look back. We're gonna be defamed. We're gonna be persecuted and hated because we like righteousness. Because we love righteousness.
Right. We prefer to do the right thing.
That shows you how the world lies, darkness covered the people.
It's like when
righteousness is wicked and wicked is righteousness.
Yeah.
Woe unto you that call evil good and good evil. That put light for darkness and darkness for light. That put sweet for bitter and bitter for sweet.
Somebody that I know was like, hey man, if you don't want to deal with that girl no more, just let me have it. I'm like, man, serious? Like it ain't that type of deal. Like
Jake is degenerate like that. They're disgusting like that, man.
Yeah, that was my woman.
You'll take a woman who a man that you personally is close with or cool with. All right, he slobbed her down. He didn't put his rod in her. He didn't did it all with this woman. And here it is. Oh, let me get that. Let me go behind. You don't want that no more. Let me go behind that. That's some sick shit.
And think it's okay to be like, a bro before hold on, man, I got kids with her. Whatever the case may be, I was with her for 10 years.
No integrity, man.
That's what the niggas in the celeb world do.
Yeah.
They swap these same women in the same social circle. Yeah.
You can go to all these different
They all pop in the exact same women.
I was gonna say it, man.
Like China, all them motherfuckers, man. Sick. Hollywood is sick, man.
It's okay. In their world.
So that's why.
I don't care with the Most High.
Right. That's why all the works that are therein shall be burnt up. All this wickedness got to go, man. All right. I'm gonna read a little more, then y'all can get yours. It says, they break out and blood toucheth blood, or a lot of bloodshed. It says, therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwelleth therein shall languish with the beasts of the field and with the fowls of heaven. Yet the fishes of the sea also shall be taken away.
Hey, think about it, man. Animals aren't even acting naturally no more over in this place.
Yeah, everything as you noticing, the fall of all the creation of the Lord is all resulting in how the people of the world, the inhabitants of the earth, are destroying the world.
Yep. Hey,
you know,
there's animals out there eating fast food, man.
Yeah.
Animals eating fast food just to eat. They can't even go into their natural environment and eat. They gotta eat human fast food, GMO food, you know.
killing off just killing off everything, man.
That's how bad society has got.
Yeah. It says, let me jump down to 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be
the
the priest.
That knowledge is the truth. You have rejected the truth. You don't want to choose righteousness, and so you prefer wickedness. You know, so you're gonna reject you.
Yep. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah. You said you had percent.
Yeah, Habakkuk chapter 3, verse 8. Was the Lord displeased against the rivers? Was thine anger against the rivers? Was thy wrath against the sea, that thou didst ride upon thine horses and thy chariots of salvation? Yeah, because when the Lord, bring these thermonuclear missiles, it's going to destroy everything. Right? And the rivers do nothing, man. The trees, the fish, all the wildlife.
But they've been affected though.
Yeah, but they what's that?
Everything.
Polluted, man.
Everything, man.
So that's why it got to be destroyed, man. Rivers got pollution. The sea got pollution, man.
Yeah, you got islands. You got actual island size trash just floating in the oceans, man.
Like the size of Texas.
Yeah.
This is one of the United States.
You got a lot of nuclear waste in the water.
Mm-hmm.
You got a lot of like lead, radiation, plastic.
Plastics are heavy.
Fluoride,
rubber.
All that is in the water, just polluting. And then these same devils will take all those shrimps and all those scavengers down there that gotta absorb all that, and they rinse it off, and then go put that shit in the fucking seafood restaurants.
Yeah. Rinse it off with Dawn and shit.
Yeah.
Old lady duck and shit. Fucking clean off with Dawn, and fucking had the nerve to sell it and shit. Esau always trying to make some fucking money, man. He don't care about the wildlife, man. He don't care about nothing. So.
Yep.
This is John 3:20. It says, "For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. But he that doeth truth cometh to the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in Yahweh."
And that's what this fire is going to do. It's going to burn out all that darkness. It's going to light up the world in righteousness, man, and show the truth. It's going to make the world shine. Now, that's not how that breaks down, but the light is the righteous ways.
Yeah, the light is Yahweh Shai.
Right.
All right, as long as you're walking in Him, you walking in the light, and you hold the light that Yahweh Shai passed down. All right. Yeah, He's the light of the world, man. A light to the Gentiles, which the Israelite foreigners, So hey, man. Yep.
This is Nahum chapter 3, verse 10. Woe to the bloody city! It is full of lies and robbery. The prey
gotta get burnt out.
You got to be destroyed, man. It's full of lies and robbery, man. Just the way this land was taken. That alone is why the Lord also got to wipe this place clean. You raped, robbed, and murdered the northern kingdom that was already over here. All right? Very bloody, so much blood, man. And I don't know if y'all saw the video where I think Apostle Ramla, he was responding to a video done by Elder Ayathan about how these devils are trying to bring reparations, and they were going to use basically happy hour where whites is going to be paying for drinks for Negro, Latino, Native Americans.
Niggas gonna be down with that too.
Of course.
Oh, yeah, we finally get to that.
They're gonna get drunk and high five them and you know talk shit and just forget everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Them ass niggas gonna be like,
Yeah.
that's why you bought my drink.
Yeah, for how long? Happy hour?
Happy,
Like how many?
happy hour
One
for
time?
4 hours.
Yeah, like how long is it supposed to last?
Niggas still
This,
go for
this is how I say I'm sorry for lynching you.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm sorry
You
for
gonna give
raping
me
your women.
500 years of happy hour?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
bro. The audacity of Esau, but these niggas are still there. Yo,
with
man.
it.
To give you poison,
Yeah.
to kill yourself,
Exactly.
give you GMO food.
Here, has a
food.
drink. You know,
Yeah.
just you know, drink your misery
That's
away.
what they did to the Native Americans.
Yeah.
And they gave them that drink, man. Forget it. You know, forget all the treaties we broke. Forget all the rape,
Man.
murder you did to your people, taking your land. Take this drink.
Fuck that. The Most High, he got the reparation for you.
Right.
We talking about it.
Right.
And your blood has got to be shed for all the blood that you shed, man.
Time, bro. The word for that is a reckoning.
Recompense,
Time.
reckoning, okay? Payback.
Yeah. Papa got into her about reparation, repair, man.
Repair. Yep. Basically, you need not only everything that was done unto us done to you, but also everything that you stole from us needs to be restored.
Hey, that's the law. The law talks about that. If you hurt a man, he get to hurt you back the same way. You steal from a man, you gotta repay it.
Yep.
You know, you get caught, you gotta repay what you stole. This man has all types of offenses that he needs to get payback for. Yep.
Yep.
You have worship on that.
Back in chapter 3, I woe to the bloody city. Three and 10, we talking about the great noise.
Yep.
The noise of the whip, the noise of the rattling of the wheels, and of the prancing horses and the jumping chariots. The horsemen lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is a multitude of
Fire, you know, and it destroys, man.
And it's the only thing that's end of an entire civilization. Ancient Babylon couldn't have went out like that.
And technology wasn't there.
You know, that's how you know it's talking about this place. You know.
Yeah, it's got like 2 more sentences.
Yeah, go ahead.
And there were a multitude, and there is a multitude of slain, and a great number of carcasses, and there is none end of their corpses. They stumble upon their corpses.
Yeah, that's how bad it's gonna be out here, man. You know, just see dead bodies just laying in the street, man. You know, Esau ain't gonna clean that shit up. You know?
It's Jeremiah 50 and 14. It says, put yourselves in array against Babylon round about.
Yeah, Babylon is America. All right, Babylon comes from the Hebrew word babal, which means confusion. All right, go ahead.
All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her.
Yeah, all these countries, Russia, nuclear capability, Russia, China, Iran, other different, but Pakistan, you know,
Right now, Turkey. They coming against Turkey now, man. You pay attention to the news. They getting into that trade war with Turkey throwing tariffs and Turkey retaliating with tariffs. Now they're thinking about trying to destabilize and take down a regime of Turkey now. And we remember that Ezekiel 33, man. Gomer is part of that company of nations that Gog and Magog got to watch over, be a guard to. So this thing is all positioned perfectly for this final destruction, man.
Prophecy being fulfilled.
Yep. Straight up, man.
All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrow.
all these nuclear capability countries that they gonna shoot their missiles on America.
God, they will empty the chamber.
For she hath sinned against the Lord.
She, Babylon, America, has sinned against the Lord greatly. All right.
Shout against her round about. She has given her hand, her foundations are fallen, her walls are thrown down.
Yep.
For it is the vengeance of the Lord, take vengeance upon her, as she has done, do unto her.
Yeah.
Hey, all her wicked works. It says in Revelation, back in Revelation 18, do unto her double according to her works. Okay? She got to get double destruction of what she calls to the planet. All right? All these different wars that America has started, all these, all the different cities that you done destroyed, trying to take resources. Brothers did research on that, how every 12 hours or something like that, there's a strike somewhere in the country, in the world, by the hands of Esau, man. So this place has to, it's building up, man. All of the wicked works of this place is building up to heaven. Everything, man, it's all being built up. That's what it says in the chapter. Basically, flee out of Babylon, for her sins reach to heaven. Lord, when He comes back, He's gonna call His elect up from out of, all the cities all across Babylon. That's brothers that's there. He gonna call them up out of there. Come up, so they could be safe from that devastation, man. Second death. Okay, that very moment is going to basically be the end of Esau's world and the beginning of Jacob. All right.
And it's 39. It says, therefore the wild beasts of the desert with the wild beasts of the islands shall dwell there.
And that's after the smoke clears. Go ahead.
And the owl shall dwell therein, and it shall be no more inhabited forever, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. As the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities thereof.
All the works got burnt up. All that homosexuality, lesbianism, bestiality, it all got burnt up, man. All right? It got cremated. Well, he gonna turn America into a cremation house, man. Turn everything into ash, man. He gonna melt you people, man. All you faggots and you freaks, man, you pedophiles, you all gonna get melted, man. All right? You ain't even look, hey, at Great Millstone, we look into all type of things, man. We look into how severe the detonation of those nuclear bombs. If you ever study and look into that shit, man, they said that shit get millions of degrees in Fahrenheit before it even reaches to the atmosphere when it begins to get to the other side of the world to detonate, man. They said that shit reaches millions of degrees in Fahrenheit. Okay? And the Lord's going to leave you, He's going to allow you to feel that shit.
Right. When we read already, and repeating that same 2 Peter, the elements shall melt away with fervent heat. Well, guess what? Everything on the planet is made of these elements. So whatever is creating this fervent heat is going to melt away everything that's made up of the elements, man, including you and your flesh.
The scripture says that their eyes shall consume in their holes, the tongues in their mouths.
That's that plague. Zechariah 14, man. It tells you also, was that Micah? Or was it Malachi? No, Micah. The day of the Lord shall burn as an oven.
Yeah.
We talking about the exact same day, man. Everything is going to come to a halt by fire, man, by fervent heat. All right. All these different church houses, these groves, these skyscrapers, these high rises, these condominiums, penthouses, Walmarts.
Let's not forget about these little harlot houses and all these little pedophilia spots, green door, homosexual places. All of this shit gotta go.
Yep.
All that's got to
All
go.
these sex trafficking rings, all this wickedness,
Underground little
yeah,
shit
all
that
that
go
shit,
on. All that's got to go.
All the Pizzagate shit that Esau been hiding.
all this shit is gonna be revealed in the end. It's being revealed.
It's being revealed
to the men of the Lord.
He reveals it before he destroys,
Yeah,
man. It all has to be exposed and brought to light before the Lord judges it, man. That's what he's doing with the men of the Lord. And that's why Esau's trying to put a stop to this, man. He sent the message when he shut down Alex Jones' platform.
That's right. Yeah. And he was nice about that.
Yeah.
He didn't come in like a flood against him, but he's gonna come in like a flood against us.
Yeah. Yep.
It says, as Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighbor cities thereof, saith the Most High, shall no man abide there, neither shall any son of man dwell therein.
Yeah, this because the whole idea when the northern kingdom came over here, they had no help of rescue or nothing over here. There was nothing, and then there was nobody to check them to make sure that they were doing the right thing when they got over here. That's not gonna happen no more. Everybody's gonna have to be over here participating in that major landmass of the old world. But they're gonna be under the Israelites. Ain't gonna be no, they don't see what we doing over here. Ain't gonna be like that, a land like that no more. Everybody's gonna have to get on board with the righteousness of the earth when it all switches hands. You know what I got a couple of precepts. Second Ezra chapter 5, which starts verse 1, it says, nevertheless, as concerning the tokens of the prophecies, especially in the different signs, it says, behold, the day shall come that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. But iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest, or that thou hast heard long ago. And it's only getting worse and worse and worse. So if it was really bad in the days of Noah, and he flushed it, then it was really bad, but on a small scale in Sodom and Gomorrah, and he burnt it up, and that was a good way to cleanse it. What's the best way to destroy the second death to go over the earth in this time? It's with that fire, because that situation worked. It says the land and that thou seest now to have root shall thou see wasted suddenly, and that's this place has to go. This land directly over here does have to go. I got a couple of them. Bear with me. Right here.
That's why the Lord's gonna tread down that wine, the wine press, man. The wine fat. You know, it tells you what is that, Joel? That the fats overflow, the wickedness is exceeding. You know, so you got to come in and tread that shit, man. You know.
Well, I'll read this one. I got 2 more left. I'll read this one first, because we've been making reference to the older times the Lord had to clean the earth up, right? So I'm gonna go to Genesis, the 6th chapter, and I'm gonna start up at verse. Wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of evil continually.
That's where you get the evil inventions from.
Mm-hmm.
A heart that devises wicked imagination, man.
Right.
Every day there's a new invention for basically for evil practices, man.
That promotes iniquity.
Yeah. Every day.
Esau has all these resources, but they can never create anything that's pro-life.
Yeah, it can be beneficial in righteousness to the world.
Put a brilliant mind, use a brilliant mind to make everything productive and you know, flourishing for people. You take that same mind and just create nothing but just evil.
Yeah, the smartest mathematicians.
You create suicide, basically.
Yeah, the smartest mathematicians, he make the crack codes to drop bombs on another, country.
The proper coordinates to get
right.
it.
Instead of using that same mathematician to break down the way to make enough for everybody, like food or whatever for everybody. How to share the wealth of the world with everybody in a productive way. He used it in the wicked way, of course. Let me read this. Verse 6, it says, "And it repented the Lord Yahweh that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. And the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and creeping thing, and the fowls of the air, and it repented me that I have made them." Because everything was defiled. So he had to kill everything because it was defiled. Say he's gonna have to do that again. Not on the same, only saving 8 souls, but in the basics to regenerate all the animal world as well. But you're gonna have to do it on a large scale, similar to that, the second death, right?
Yep.
And then up in the fifth verse, it's talking about. I'm gonna read the 5th verse, and I'm gonna jump over the 2nd Corinthians. And the Most High saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, that every imagination of the thought of his heart was only evil continually, right? So what is our job? I'm gonna jump to 2 Corinthians chapter 10. I'll start up at 3. It says, "For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations," right? "And every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High." That's why he killed the first death with Noah, and that's why he's gonna have to do it in this time, the second death. That correlates together because the same imaginations are evil continually in the earth again. Okay, if it wasn't for the elect.
Yeah, this world is anti-Mashiach, man.
Right.
All right. Everybody's against the anointed, they're against the word. But Yahweh Shai is the word, and people get offended. They hate the Lord, man.
Right.
You know, so you're gonna come back and destroy this wicked place, man.
It says, verse 5, "Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Yahweh Shai, and having a
He's using us to do that right now.
Right.
But pretty soon, after all the men, the elect are sealed, then the Lord's gonna just allow the angels to let loose.
You have to take this place down first, spiritually and mentally, and then he can physically take it down where it will never spring up again.
Yep.
All the levels of this have to be done.
And then once this moment takes place, this is when the Lord's going to be glorified. He's going to be given his credit, his just due.
That's when he's gonna have those.
That's when he's going to have the crowns. Everybody's going to know, like, oh, this man.
Yep.
That's when every knee is going to bow, every tongue is going to confess that he's the Mashiach, man. You know? Go ahead.
It says, "And bringing into captivity every thought, spiritually or whatever, to the obedience of Yahweh Shai, and having a readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled." Okay, and that's what we do. We are on every, we have to take this place down on all the spiritual levels, but then the carnal level, the Most High is going to allow Yahweh Shai and the angels to deal with that part. But every level of society has to be taken out. All the wickedness of the society has to be taken out.
Everything, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Even
marriages is these marriages is messed up.
No
Yeah, everything, man. The psyche of your children are being brought up in a wicked, evil kingdom.
Hey, ain't gonna
messing
be no
up their
talk back
mind.
in the kingdom of heaven, man.
Right.
The children ain't gonna talk back.
No.
You know what I mean? That's an okay practice now. That ain't gonna have to happen. You ain't gonna have to whoop your kids' ass.
So you're gonna have to leave these little monsters down here to burn up too.
Right.
They gotta go.
Generations.
Yeah, this is the last generation, man.
Yeah.
The degeneration. All right. So somebody get 2 Ezra 15 and Revelation 20. We can wrap up.
2 Ezra 15.
Start like at 4.
For the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
Yep.
Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world The sword, famine, death, and destruction.
So these are all the things the Lord's going to bring upon his place leading up to the final moment. This is the vanishing away of Esau's world.
God, they gonna think after all the destruction and the sword, I mean the plagues, they're gonna think, is anything worse than this? Can it get worse than this? Yes, it will.
Well, it tells you in Daniel about the tribulation.
Yeah.
It's going to be no other day since there's ever been. Neither shall there be any day of the like.
Yeah.
You know, there's going to be no other day like it, man.
So that proves that it's worse than the days of Noah. Worse than the times in Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah.
It's worse.
A lot worse. Go ahead.
Verse 6. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works.
Wickedness have exceedingly, meaning excessively.
Exceed the limit.
Yeah, I was just gonna look at the word.
The wickedness level,
wickedness threshold.
It sets a bar for itself.
Yeah.
For how high and how wicked it can be, man. Especially with the so-called white man who is the wicked. All right, doing what he do best. You know, putting his vibration out there, man.
Because we just talked about the pollution. Back in the ancient world, they wouldn't even think about fucking polluting the water.
Yeah.
Or polluting the air.
They could actually drink the water.
Yeah, they knew that we need the earth to actually live. But this white man here, man, Esau nowadays, man, if he keeps on going, he's gonna destroy everybody, man, including himself. Man. You know?
Yeah.
And it shows you in these movies, man, like Elysium and these different futuristic movies he come out with, man. Look at the state of the earth.
Yeah.
You know, the fucking turmoil. Fuck, you can't fucking breathe the air and shit. You know? Right. That's what the white man do, man. You know, he's a virus, man. You know?
I got the word exceed. It's a good one to the definition. It says, this is just Google the definition in the dictionary. It says exceed. It says be greater in number or size than.
Babylon the Great, man.
A quantity, number, or other measurable thing. You know, whatever the measurement is, right? It says go beyond what is allowed or stipulated by a set limit, especially of one's authority. What is the one's authority? The Bible.
Yeah.
And he's gone beyond the limits of the Bible. This book is about discipline, knowing where those boundaries are at. Well, the wickedness has gone far beyond that boundary, what the Bible says, you know, of works that are allowed in the earth. Now, you crossed over into wickedness, but you far better than or surpass.
Man.
Yeah.
So that means more the more time passes, the more the increased levels of satanic activity and wicked practices is gonna continue to overcome the people, man.
Level up, man.
Yeah. There's newfound wickedness every day, man. Every day. What they're doing to the children right now. How they come in and attacking them psychologically. Yeah. Trying to turn them out into little fucking queers, man. Yeah. The little degenerates. You ain't even been alive long enough to even understand sexuality. But yet, you're given the decision to come up with the decision on which sexuality you want to be.
Bro.
But I thought you were a minor. Why should a minor be given those decisions?
Right.
Why should you be teaching a minor such things?
And you can't drink or smoke cigarettes till you're 18 and 21 respectively, right?
You can't drive a car.
You can't drive a car until you're old enough to
whatever the state is.
But you can make sexual decisions in your adolescence. Are you serious? This is what this world has come to. And believe me, we all know, man, it's not the children that's making the decision. The children is an outcry of children that want to be on that level. It's these perverted ass
the parents,
man.
Yeah. The adults who are fucking under mind control, you know, who's being psychologically conditioned to accept any and everything that this devil puts in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, they all are fucking zombies, man. They're trained to in their behavioral, how their brain works, man. It's all being trained and controlled, man, manipulated. And these people don't even know it. And they're what Esau is doing to them, they're teaching them to do the same thing to their children.
Psychological conditioning.
Yeah.
And then the parents.
It's like that do-it-yourself kit.
Yep.
What I'm doing, passing down to you, you
can
can pass it down to your children.
Yep.
You know?
And that was what we were supposed to do with these laws.
Yeah.
The righteous ways.
And it's wickedness because if then Esau continue to rule, that cycle is never going to be broke.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
So that's why
there will be no flesh left to save. You know?
That's why everything has to be destroyed here.
Yep.
That cycle has to be broken.
Yep.
Let me finish this. I'm gonna start at 6 again. For wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and the hurtful works are fulfilled.
And the hurtful works are fulfilled. So that's why it's all going to be what? Burned up.
Right.
All right. It basically, it didn't hit that level, that mark where the Lord is like, all right, that's it. Let's unleash those angels, man.
Did we read that? The sins have reached them. Yeah, we quoted it, I'm sure, a few times.
Yeah, the sins have reached unto heaven. You got the angels that the Lord told them basically to hold back the winds. Don't hurt no tree. Don't hurt no, to all be sealed.
Yeah.
All right. But now the elect are finally being sealed right now, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now we just waiting on the Lord to come back to judge this world and put an end to it. And he's going to judge it according to the books, man. Anything that's not written in the book, they're going to be part of that second death. Now let's end off with that. Revelation 20.
Revelation chapter 20. When we start at 14.
Start like around 13.
All right. Verse 13. Revelation 20:13. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it.
Yep.
And death and hell delivered up.
And that's talking about all the nations. All right, Esau. Okay. The kings of the nation, all that. Go ahead.
And death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them, and they were judged, every man according to their works.
Matter of fact, start at 12. So like, bro.
Verse 12. And I saw the dead and small and great stand before the Most High, and the books were open.
Yep.
And another book was open, which is the book of life.
The book of life, which is this book. All right, the word. Go ahead.
And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books.
According to what?
According to their works.
According to their works, man. All the things that you've done in the flesh. All right, all these, you goddamn lesbians, you pedophiles. All right, you damn witch of you, man. You adulterers. Every last one of you, your sins are going to be your own accusers in this moment. That's why the elect are going to be the only ones that's going to be exempt, because the Lord didn't. It says, "Blesses those who the Lord do not impart sin."
Yeah.
Their sins are going to be forgiven them. That's why they're not going to be judged. All right, they're going to receive salvation and mercy from the Lord. Go ahead.
Verse 13. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them.
Go ahead.
And they were judged every man according to their works, and death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. That is the second death.
The second death, man. All right. That's when all the works that you see all around you, that consists right now, it's all going to be obliterated. It's going to pass away. It's going to be destroyed. All right. The Lord's bringing judgment according to the book, man. And everybody, majority of the planet lived contrary to the book.
Mm-hmm.
So go back to 2 Peter 3, and we're going to end up with
I got it. I was just going to ask you if I could read that.
Go back to
I'm going to
2
start
Peter
with verse 6, because it paints the picture.
Sorry.
So, whereby is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 6, whereby the world that then was being overflowed with water perished,
Yep.
The first death, right? But the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. The second death.
And the wicked are preserved for that day.
That's right.
Okay. They're all preserved. They're booked. That day is booked for you wicked ass Edomites, man.
That's right.
All right. The Lord already got your itinerary in prophecy. Go ahead.
Verse 9. The Lord Yahweh Bashem Shah is not slack concerning his promise. Good and bad, right?
Right.
It says, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish.
Talking about Israel.
Right.
He doesn't have pleasure in this destroying his people.
That's right.
But they're the reason why they have to go. The Lord always give Israel a way out.
That's right. But
they seek death rather than life. Go ahead, bro.
It says, but that all should come to repentance.
He rather that all Israel come to repentance, but we know that's not going to happen.
Right.
And he knows that's not going to happen. Go ahead.
It says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
That's that thermonuclear destruction.
The second
the nuclear holocaust, and from the chariots. Because the Lord's going to be bringing fire too.
That's right.
All right. He's going to be getting, man, it's going to be personal with the Lord.
That's right.
Okay.
So he's going to come back like a travailing woman.
Yeah.
And give a shout.
He's going to roar, man. Go ahead.
It says the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up.
It's all going to be dissolved.
We'll keep reading though.
Yep.
Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness?
Yep.
Looking for and hastening where
so basically we want this place to get done. We looking forward to this destruction, man.
What did it say in Amos? What end is it for who? Woe to you that desire the day of the Lord. For what end is it for you? Lord, willing if we're of the elect, it's going to be okay.
It's going to be good for us, but for you niggas out there, you know,
it's going to be bad, but we going to make it through. So it's going to be good because it's all the wickedness is getting purged out. You know, it says looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Lord, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness.
And that's what is going to come after the Lord destroy this world.
That's why we hasten for this place to be destroyed.
Yep.
We know there's better things to come, wherein dwelleth righteousness.
Revelation 21.
After all of this gets burnt up, it's going to be a beautiful day because the new mentality, the new spirituality, the new everything is going to be fresh. The hard reset is like the computer hit the factory reset, and now it's starting up fresh. Like, dang, it's fast. It's where the screen is clear, ain't no glitching. You know, it's going to be beautiful when that day comes around. You know, it's going to be the way the manufacturer intended this thing to work.
Yeah, it's going to go back to being a paradise, man.
That's right.
All right.
That was it.
Con. So, you know, we're going to end it with that. You know, Shalom wa brakatham to you brothers, you know, that tuned in or may have been watching. All right. You know, so with that, we're going to close and give all praise, glory, and honor due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Arakakadash, Shalom to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, Shalom wa brakatham to the hopeful elect. Shalom.
You got somebody on. It said 2 viewers.
Yeah.
That's